The film opens with a husky dog seen running across the icy landscape, heading toward an American research station. Several Norwegian men chasing the husky in a helicopter, desperately firing to husky. A catastrophic accident causes the helicopter to crash. The American research team intervenes and, in an act of self-defense, fatally shoots the surviving Norwegian. Tension rises when the team discovers that the Norwegian camp was mysteriously abandoned just days earlier. The seemingly harmless husky is given shelter at the American base, but its arrival marks the beginning of an unseen nightmare. A pilot and a physician from an American research center investigate a destroyed Norwegian camp. There, they find charred remains, frozen bodies with gunshot wounds, and evidence of severe torture. A grisly, frozen humanoid body is discovered half buried in the snow. It is brought back to the American center. An autopsy reveals that the decomposed body contains human organs. A biologist confirms that the specimen is not human, rather, it belongs to extraterrestrial origin. Husky is placed with other dogs. He undergoes a horrific transformation that night. His flesh begins to split, revealing worm-like legs and an acidic substance. This strange creature attacks and absorbs the other dogs. The crew responds with fire, but only flamethrowers can effectively destroy the creature. The biologist concludes that the creature can take the form of any living being and absorb it completely. Is this creature a shapeshifter? The crew members ask each other. The American crew reviews a video footage during the investigation. The footage shows a place where the ice is melted and dug up a huge hole from where a giant buried spacecraft is discovered. It points to extraterrestrial activity that happened millions of years ago. The footage provides solid evidence of the extraction of an extraterrestrial creature. Computer simulations predict that if this creature escapes from Antarctica, it will absorb the entire world within a few weeks. Now the crew members are caught in a huge trouble. A humanoid body, discovered in Norway, suddenly becomes violent after an autopsy and attacks a member of the crew. Shockingly, the man's hands begin to transform into claw-like structures, and the body begins to explode. During these horrific changes, the rest of the crew incinerate the creature immediately. The biologist tries to stop the horrifying creature from escaping. In a state of panic, he kills all the dogs and severely damages the vehicles and communication systems. He is declared mentally unstable, sedated, and imprisoned. The distrust among the crew deepens, and a debate begins over testing blood samples to identify the victims. However, they discover that the medical blood supply has been destroyed. When the keys to the medical store are found missing, suspicion falls on the commander of the center. Is the shapeshifter taken hidden inside the commander? A blizzard hits the American research base, and after the storm, the pilot finds the burned body of a crew member, which raises unanswered questions. The pilot's clothes are burned in a furnace, and he is declared infected. He is exiled in a blizzard. The pilot somehow manages to return to the research center and threatens to blow up the entire research center if he is declared infected. At that moment, the geologist falls to the ground and a terrifying face appears from his chest. The extraterrestrial creature was hiding in the geologist instead of the pilot. This was shocking to everyone. The pilot sets the geologist and the creature on fire. The geologist's head grows independent legs and tries to escape, proving that each cell of the creature is hostile. The pilot prepares to test the blood samples. The blood is heated so that the defensive response can be recorded. During the test, the blood of a crew member recoils to the heat, proving that he is infected. He immediately mutates and viciously attacks a technician, but is eventually destroyed by fire. A biologist who is in prison digs a tunnel in his shed and attempts to build a working spacecraft from the unusable parts of the research center. The crew members find the spacecraft and destroy it with an explosion in order to prevent the strange creature from spreading throughout the world. The explosion disables the power generator of the research center. Now the creature changes its strategy. It wants to freeze itself so that it can be revived by future rescue teams and continue the absorption process. The team descends into the tunnels dug by the biologist. Everyone is shocked to see that the biologist has now taken the form of a strange giant lump of flesh. In the biologist's form, the creature attacks the commander and he is seriously injured. The pilot plants the dynamite, but the creature crushes the detonator and the poor cook was dragged into the darkness. An endless war has broken out in the icy tunnels of Antarctica. In the form of the biologist, the horrifying creature enters the power generator room, intending to freeze itself in Antarctica's extreme cold. This terrifying entity, with numerous tentacle-like arms, fuses itself with the machinery in an attempt to preserve itself and assimilate future generations. The pilot tries to destroy the creature using explosives. He ignites the fuse. A colossal wall of flesh and teeth advances. Dynamite detonations chain react through the facility, consuming the entity in fire, causes a massive fire to break out. The pilot barely escapes the flames and collapses in the snow. He has accepted the freezing cold of Antarctica as his fate with a single whiskey bottle. In the blizzard, the pilot encounters the facility's mechanic, who admits he had fled even before the explosion in the generator room. Both men are frozen and exhausted. Each fears the other might be the shapeshifter. They have completely lost trust in one another. The pilot shares his whiskey with the mechanic, and both sat in front of the ruined remains of the research center. The two surviving individuals are seen enduring the intensifying blizzard. Neither of them makes any move to seek shelter. The entity's intelligence is revealed. It allowed the base's destruction, knowing freezing temperatures preserve its cells. Scattered organic matter lies buried in ice and ash, awaiting future discovery. The opening's husky infiltration was one of countless forms it can assume. A faint heartbeat echoes beneath the ice. The creature's cells are still active. The cycle awaits its renewal.